Hello from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of them.
Friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good to see you. Oh, I see my hubby's in the chat. Hi, sweetie. I miss you. He's coming home soon. That's awesome. Hey, everybody. Somebody's got their Lady Jane out, has her purple spatula. So here we are. I didn't get much sleep last night. As some of you know, my biscuits were kind of burning, but that's neither here nor there right now. We have a very special guest. I've been really looking forward to this. It'll all become clear in a couple minutes, but yeah, I guess I will just bring them on and we'll talk about things and see where it goes. So here's my very special guest is literally no one. Hello.
Hey, Marilyn.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, and you are?
Literally no one.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to explain where that name came from.
Okay.
I had written a letter that we're going to talk about. And I shared it with a friend who is outside the community, had no idea about, really not much idea about Scientology, the whole aftermath thing and the Child USA thing. And she said to me, "Aren't you scared that they're going to come after you?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "Scientology." I said, "Me? Scientology come after me? Why would they do that? I'm literally no one." And that name stuck in my head, that conversation. And then when I wanted to come up with an alias, I thought literally no one is a tip of my cap to literally Serge and literally Michael. So I thought, well, the name fits in this community. I'm going to go with it. So that's who I am. I'm literally no one.
But you're not. We're going to get to the bottom of this, right?
We are, I think.
So when you're not writing letters, what do you like to do? What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
You know what? One of my favorite things to do lately is to be a mod. I'm
a moderator on a channel?
Yeah, for sure.
On an SPTV channel?
There's been a lot of an SPTV channel for sure. There's been a lot of discussion about what it means to be a mod, right? And for me, I've tried to find the answer to that question for myself. And for me, what that means is, how did I become a mod? Because one of the creators that I followed the most put a call out for mods. And I offered my services. I said, well, I'll do it. I have mad respect for that creator. And I said, well, here I am. If you can use me, use me. But if you get any better candidates, go with it. With whatever you decide, I'm happy with. And so that was where I came from a place of, respect and love for that creator. But come close. Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
I'm only here for the 2D flow.
Oh, George.
Busted.
Hey guys, look who it is. It's George. It's my
Let,
mod, George.
let's fix something right now. Yeah, I mod for you, Marilyn, and only you.
Yes, and you become a great friend. George. Yes, it's George, guys. Oh, DJ Nico knew. Fibro Gal knew. Yeah. Doesn't he have a great accent, guys? You know how I love the British. I mean, I just have just surrounded myself with the
I got.
cheeky British people. I love it.
I would only do this for you, Marilyn. I have a major hang up about being recorded. Just a thing that goes all the way back to my childhood. I just don't like it. I cringe and shudder when I hear my voice recorded. So
Well, you're doing great, and your voice sounds great, and I love your accent.
this will be the first and only time you ever get to see and hear me on YouTube, and we'll talk about that later.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you might catch the bug and be like on here every day, like me.
I just wanted to mention quickly, before this whole letter thing came up, I happened to meet at a social event, a meetup. I met with you and Kelly Copter. And Kelly, we're making small talk and back and forth. And Kelly just looked at me and said, "You should start a channel." And I said, "Never in a million years. I'm never doing that. Not going to do that." And then the letters happened. And then all of a sudden, the whole YouTube thing was a complete accident, which we'll talk about later. I never intended to be on YouTube.
Susie said, "George, we want to see you on YouTube." I think I told you to make a channel too. I mean, everybody wanted you to make a channel, so I'm glad you
Well,
did.
that's sweet, but yeah, like
I'm glad
not
you
for
did.
me. It's just not for me. But
Yeah.
while you brought up Susie, I just wanted to say one of them, a big factor in me writing the letter was Susie, because when I started watching Susie, she always said every voice raises the volume. And when I was contemplating writing the letter, it's like, well, listen to what Susie said. So Susie, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what made you want to write that letter? What were some of the things leading up to your
Oh,
decision
geez.
to do
Yeah,
that, and then to organize protests
right.
eventually as well?
So where to begin? I think a lot of this is going to sound familiar to all your audience. So I'm going to rewind all the way back to the very beginning. How did I become aware of Scientology and this whole SPTV movement? I bought Dianetics in 1988, and because it was being promoted, it was the Jeff Hawkinson ads, right?
Yeah.
I read like the first 5 pages, and I put it down. I'm like, this is garbage. I can't
Same
read
here.
this.
Yeah.
So there was always at the back of my head, I was aware of Scientology. Fast forward to the anonymous movement. When they came on the scene, it kind of went viral. And I was like, I never delved into what Scientology was, really. I was just, it was a seed in the back of my head. And then Anonymous happened. So I was pricked up my ears. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I want to know more about this, right? And then I found Mark Bunker videos and Tori Christman videos. And I'm like, holy crap, Anyway, jump forward to Going Clear. That was a turning point for me. When I saw Going Clear, when it first released, I heard it was coming out. I saw some of the pre-press for it. And I'm like, I want to see this. I've got to see this. I want to know. I want to, and that's when I did a deep dive and became a big time Scientology watcher from that point onwards. The Aftermath show happened. I didn't watch it. To be fair, I didn't watch it. I watched it probably last year
Wow.
because of SPTV. I was like, all right, let me go back and watch this. And I ran through it all on Netflix. So now, fast forward to Thanksgiving 2023.
Yeah.
That was the start of the dumpster fire that we're experiencing today. They removed Aaron from the board of the Aftermath Foundation. Okay, I was like, that's cringy. I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable about this. But you know what? It's up to them. It's not my business. I just have to suck it up and move on. So I hung on for a little while, and then Miriam happened, and I'm like, Miriam's story cut me to the quick. It was so moving. And that was all good, so I'm like, I can't do anything about this. As much as it hurts and it's painful to witness, I was a silent witness. I had no say in it. And then the response came. The dogs with fleas. And my jaw dropped to the floor.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? I've always grown up believing that an ad hominem attack is basically a concession of the argument. When you've got nothing else to deliver but name calling, you've given up. You kind
Lost
of
the argument.
throw
Right.
your ass to the world.
Yeah.
So okay. So the letter came, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, really bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
To me, I'll use this analogy. It's what came after that. The John Atack video burned my biscuits.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And what I saw happening in that video was it was billed, titled as Answers to Miriam's Questions. And then John Atack has the balls to ask Rinder, have you ever molested a child? Implying that was Miriam's question. Miriam never asked that question. No one was implying that. No one was accusing him of that.
No.
And it was a complete PR job. And the chuckles and the giggles along the way burned my biscuits even more, right?
Me too. And the last 10 seconds reference to lynch mob. It's just.
And then, I'm going to give a shout out to Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. I love you because I love what you've done for me. Because if you hadn't done what you did, I wouldn't be here now.
We're talking about Stephanie Hutchinson's sister, Stephanie.
For sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's the why of literally no one. Miriam was my inspiration. Stephanie was my rocket fuel to get my ass up and do something. And so I was, well, what could I do?
Put that on, embroider it on a pillow or on a mug or something.
Right for Stephanie.
Miriam was my inspiration. Stephanie was my rocket fuel. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
George. Oh, George.
Absolutely. So that was the impetus for the letter. And I want to make it clear to everybody in the chat, or even the lurkers and the hate watchers, no one at SPTV knew what I was up to. I did it completely silently and privately. So I just want to make it clear that if you want to put a target on anyone's back, put it on their back, or put it on Stephanie's if you really want to get to the why, because Stephanie is the why of literally no one. Anyway, so when I wrote,
literally someone to me and to all of us.
Thanks, Marilyn.
So do you mind if I'm going to pop up the first letter that you sent over a month ago now, and you got the receipts. You sent everything by certified mail. Oh, wait, you literally
So
have the receipts.
I've literally got the receipts, man. They're
FedEx.
all here.
All right. All right. So this is on my community page and also Miriam's community page. And I'm just going to go through a few highlights of this. And if you, it's probably a little bit hard to see, but since you wrote it, you probably remember some of the major points in there. But so, what would you say as the main reasons why, you feel, and I feel the same way, that Mike Rinder should be asked to step down from the Child USA board of directors?
Well, I think my main argument comes in the second letter. But, Child USA purports to be this organization to protect children and advocate for children of abuse, of child abuse. I won't say the S word, but we all know what I'm talking about, right?
Mhm.
And, to have Rinder on the board with his history in OSA, and, I was a massive fan of Mike, when it was Team Mike all the
Me
way
too.
for
Yeah.
me, right?
Hmm.
And then when this all started to happen, we've all been looking and listening and learning about Scientology and OSA tactics. And then we got to witness them in real time. I made a list of what we've witnessed. Hang on. So, always attack, never defend. Pure LRH. Find the ruin, which they've tried to do with Aaron. Pure LRH. Fair gaming, we've all seen it. Pure LRH. Dead agent packs. We haven't all seen those, but we've seen some form of them in Stephanie's blogs. The continuation of the gaslighting, right? And the too gruesome. What do I mean by the too gruesome?
Yeah.
That's the question that ATAC posed to Rinder. Have you ever molested a child? That's your too gruesome. Throw something in there that's so disgusting and vile, and tie that to, basically implying that if you can't believe, implying that that's what Miriam was asking, right? So if she's asking that, and we all know that to be false, she must be lying about the whole thing.
Right.
That
And
was,
also, if you're asking somebody, oh, did you unalive someone? Well, no. So then it makes what you did do or potentially did do be like nothing, like child's
yeah,
play. Right.
yeah. But I think that the ATAC video tried to imply that Miriam was accusing Rinder of child molestation or whatever. Have you ever fiddled with a child? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I've never done that. Miriam never asked that. No one was saying that.
Yeah.
But it implies that that was one of Miriam's questions.
I just want to pause right here. I should have done a trigger warning, obviously, for
Sorry.
my channel is pretty much a trigger warning. But yes, if anybody needs to take a break, definitely take a break, and let's just maybe do like child essay, just so we
Yeah,
don't get taken down.
you're the professional.
Not really.
You're the celebrity that I look up to.
Oh, shut up. Oh, George.
Keeping up with the Kardashians got nothing to do, nothing on keeping up with the Honigs.
Oh
I
Lord.
love my
Well,
keeping up with the Honigs.
2 o'clock in the morning this morning, last night, whatever. Yeah, rare form.
Yeah, it was a struggle to keep up with the Honigs at 2 a.m. But I did it. We all did. A bunch of us did it. So yeah, Stephanie is the why. If anyone's looking to understand, literally no one, that's their why. So that's the letter, right? So I wrote this letter thinking, oh, I'll just do it. I'm not going to make us, don't want to make it go public with this, because I expected Child USA to react to it. No reaction. So I thought after a month, I was like, well, let me send this to Miriam and see if she, I just want her to be aware. And I said, do with this what you will. It's up to you. I don't, whatever. You do that. I said, but I would like to remain anonymous for the time being. I said, because I've got other plans in the works and I don't want to dox myself until the wheels, the everything's in place to go forward. I always intended to follow up with a protest and to, if the board of Child USA won't listen, maybe their donors will, their whales.
Good
If
point.
I can get them to raise an eyebrow and ask some questions, it just adds another layer to the pressure. But yeah, to me, having Rinder on the board of Child USA is an abomination. Child USA grew out of the Catholic Church scandal, and holding the Catholic Church to account for years and years of Child USA, right?
Right.
But to have Rinder on the board, and as we've seen, the results have proved to be zero in the last few years.
Yes.
That's all the proof I needed. But it's like having a Catholic bishop that was responsible for 35 years of cover-ups sit on the board.
Yeah.
That was when the penny dropped on that. I was trying to figure out what to do. And then in the wee hours of the morning, which has a double meaning for gentlemen of a certain age, the letter popped into my head. That's how, and I thought, oh, okay, this is something I can do. I'll do it. I think I'm a good letter writer, so I'll give it a shot. And here we are. So did you want to go over, I mean, I pretty much covered.
I think one of the main points that we haven't touched on yet is the look back legislation. If you can explain just briefly what we're looking at as far as Brian Kent,
Right.
Just maybe a little bit of background on that, because I think that was another major, blow up that really can potentially implicate Mike in some complicity. And as far as recently, and I know you requested over and over in that letter for them to at least look into it, into Mike's possible knowledge and involvement of what was going on with, we'll call her Jane Doe, and some of the other survivors that Kent was, supposedly representing. And basically Mike had referred a lot of these Scientology survivors to this man and other lawyers that represented them, but didn't represent them. And this look back thing was an absolute sham as far as they go. I guess they did help some other people, but there was no, he's just still denying any knowledge of anything. He said, well, we got the legislation in place and it was up to the lawyers who he referred, these people to let them know what the deadline was and to utilize that legislation. So again, the ball was dropped and we're passing the buck. So I think I sort of explained it, but if you can add to it, because you go away with words that I don't. So
all I would say on top of that is that, and I raised this in the letter, that, the look back legislation, the statute of limitations look back legislation was implemented in various states, in various forms in each state. What I focused on in the letter was the California legislation, right? And what nobody knew, while Rinder was bragging about it. Oh, look what we did. Look what I'm responsible for. Is he never told anyone. He never brought anyone forward. He never communicated with the community, with the survivors, that there was an expiration date. And then in the correspondence with Miriam that she goes over in detail, there's no mention of an expiration date until the expiration date had expired, and then it's like the penny
Right.
dropped. He was gaslighting her or stonewalling her
Yeah.
for months. And again, the bells were going off, the alarm bells are going off, the sirens was blaring. And it made me look back over. I don't mean to. That's not meant as a pun. The legislation name, but I looked back at Rinder and his behaviour over the years when he was a good guy before he showed his ass to the community. And I saw it through a different lens, I saw that he was just safe pointing everybody in the community, in Child USA, safe pointing Leah through the show and everything, and being Mr. Affable, nice guy.
Right.
But it was all about, to me, what I got out of it. And I'm not making it, but to me, all I could see was a pattern of self-preservation. That's just my opinion. My onion is, as we like to say in the den.
Everyone's entitled to their own onion. That's right.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the thought police or the motive police or whatever, but there seems to be a pattern. The fact that he is hell bent on making sure everyone knows that Aaron Smith Levin is a piece of, you know what, and he seems to be about the glory and the money. That's kind of what I feel, because let's not forget here that he is a paid consultant, that he is an author, that he was paid producer. He has really made a lot of money from being a quote ex-Scientologist and an expert in Scientology. Not to mention this whole cancer thing, which I'm still not super clear on what happened. But all I know is that many of us stayed up 10 hours and raised money and gave to this cause, which I don't regret, because, hey, I'll help anyone in need. I think that he's just been, entitled, and he doesn't like to be questioned by anyone. And he was used to being saluted.
Weigh him against Aaron, which is what I've done over the last 6 months, because I'm like, this is not making sense over here. What Aaron's, I want everybody to realize, hey, Aaron, I want to tell you something, buddy. You're not the Messiah. You're just a very naughty boy. And I love it.
And George.
Oh, Marilyn. What you talking about, Marilyn?
What you talking about, George? Oh, boy.
Anyway, so that covers the letter, I think. Anyone can read it for themselves. It's on your community page. It's on Miriam's community page. I don't want to belabor it because we've got a lot
Liz
to
Ferris says, nice to meet you, George. There he is. There's old George.
Oh, hi, Liz.
Love you too, Liz. Thank you so much.
I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to come back.
We got people saying hi to you. Hey, Windy City, Dayton Watch. Hello,
hey,
George.
Windy.
And Marilyn. Hello there. We've got so many people saying hello to you. And I'm starring things as I go along. One thing I wanted to cover before we get into any questions and comments from the chat, from our community, our friends here. So the progression of this, you sent the letter, you waited a month, no response. You had CC'd by email, Claire Headley, who else?
Aaron.
Yep.
And the Philadelphia Inquirer reporter that wrote the piece about Brian Kent. Because I'm like, he understands some of the background maybe. So I directed it to his desk. So while everybody in the community had been wondering who I was because I'd redacted my name on the community posts, Claire Headley knows who I am. She's always known since the letter.
There was a lot of speculation who you were.
Can I tell you about a funny thing that happened? So I set up the literally no one email, right? just so that I could have an anonymous contact point for anyone that was interested in the protests, getting involved in the protests. And I want to go over that next and what that's about. So I got one email and says, I figured out who you are. And I was like, oh, really? What? Who do you think I am? I replied. They came back and says, you're Liz Ferris. No, sorry, Liz Gale.
Liz Ferris or Liz Gale?
You're Liz Gale. You're Liz
Don't pick
Gale.
on the Liz's like that.
Sorry, I'm not Liz Gale, but stay tuned. I was so flattered. I'm like, wow, they think that I'm Liz Gale. I'm literally no one. Holy, but
and I know Hef wouldn't mind me saying this too. Somebody thought it was inappropriate, Hef too.
But then I thought about this. Oh, I'm Liz Gale, all right. But if you think I'm Liz Gale, that means you never read the letter, because they make it very clear in that letter that I'm a never in.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and you said a few things. You let it slip that I was a male, right? And there was a couple of I was known.
Well, there's so much information out there. How can somebody possibly get it all?
Yeah, but I was sprinkling clues in throughout the different community posts.
You even right the last couple of days you were switching back and forth from your name as a mod, George Massey, to literally no one.
Yeah, I was having
you were even having conversations with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was trying to drop little hints, crumbs of hints around the place.
That's right. Let's face it, we all want to be Liz Gale. We all want to be like Boots.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
I love Liz. She's awesome.
Sorry, I mangled it in the beginning. Liz Ferris. I also
hey.
I bow. I'm not worthy. I bow to you. All the second gens.
Liz Gale surely looks so different. Yes.
Oh God. Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, the letter, we won't go through. We've kind of gone through the major points of it right now, but you can see it on my community page and on Miriam's. And then you had a follow-up letter. I'm not sure if you published that, but that was to the point of the Catholic bishops and things like that. I think that was a very good point in comparison, and also kind of bringing them back to their roots, because I think as a nonprofit, a very healthy practice to do is to go back to the beginning, to your original mission statement, to your original reason, the why, right? So I think that was a very good point. And no answer to that as well yet.
Well, that only dropped on their desks on Wednesday of this week. It's Friday now, so I wouldn't imagine. I mean, to be fair, when I wrote that first letter, I anticipated no response. I'm like, but I wanted to get it on the record. I wanted it out there, right? That my onion was expressed, and that I made it clear my biscuits were burnt, but I tried to be respectful and polite and
No, you were very much, yes.
And not just be antagonistic towards Child USA in the beginning, because I thought, well, that would just put barriers up, right? And I wanted to, I guess, love bomb them a little bit in that letter, which I did at the opening and the close, to soften the blow.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That they would maybe pay attention. But at the end of the day, I wrote that letter saying, they're never going to respond. I know they won't. But then I looked at their event schedule, and it gave me another idea. I thought, well, that all their big donors are going to be attending these events. So what if I'm outside with a sign? So let me talk about the protests and what I've got in my head, right? Yes. The protests are going to be silent, peaceful. Just the idea is to draw the attention of the donors that Child USA rely on to look and say, what the hell is that about? And start asking questions.
Right.
Right. That was to draw the attention of the donors. Right. And I thought, I'm not going to be shouting out, chants and slogans. But then I thought, well, maybe, I need to find something respectful and appropriate. for the situation. So, you know, Stephanie gave me an idea because she told us all
Oh,
how to do it.
okay.
You know,
Yep.
Liz Gale, Jenna Miscavige, Aaron Smith Levin,
Yep.
they're all doing it wrong. So I want to do it the way that I will meet Stephanie's approval. So I'll
Okay.
be there next week saying, pip, pip, cheerio, Mike Rinder has to go.
There you
I
go.
think,
It's very polite.
yeah.
Very polite. Yep.
And even Stephanie can't argue with that because she's already approved it. She
Right.
thinks that's a great slogan
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
very polite and respectful. So
Yeah.
that's what I think I might, that's the only chant that I'll be doing.
Pip pip cheerio. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Mike Rinder's
maybe you
got to
can
go.
sprinkle in a little bit of poppycock and
Yeah, for sure. Some of
Yeah.
those like anachronistic old school Britishisms.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is bollocks.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a swear?
Marilyn, I've got a question for you. I mean,
Yes.
I know you've been helping the channel, my channel, which I want to talk about because it was never meant to happen, but I want to explain how it happened. And then you started promoting it. I've lost my train of thought for a minute, but
Talk about your channel.
So what do I want to say? It's I want to ask you a favor.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you could help me out.
Okay.
I'm looking to get 10,000 subscribers by next Monday so that I can do a fundraiser for the not the aftermath. Oh, holy crap! Was it mangling for the SPT Foundation? Because I've heard that that's a good strategy and that works to build your subscriber.
Oh,
Sarcasm.
promised to do a fundraiser. Well, I'm kind of small time. You're gonna have to talk to AA Ron
But
about
let
that.
me tell you, I don't want on. Well, I'm not going to deny it, but I'm not interested in subscribers. I have no intention of monetizing this. But I thought I'd throw in a bit of clout chasing, just in case it was on offer.
Oh, George, you're so cheeky.
Sarcasm is my middle name.
This is your partner in crime. I love you too.
God.
They're always going back and forth. Oh, George, you're petty.
She's always bitch slapping me.
I think she meant pretty. I think she said you're pretty.
Well, she needs a new pair of glasses for sure.
Speaking of the glasses, what is up with those glasses?
You see, look, it's a tribute to Miriam. I once got called Harry Potter wearing these glasses. So I thought, I'll put those on. I wrapped a little bit of tape on them as a tip of the cap to Miriam.
You're so banky. You're banky, George. Okay, so in all seriousness, the protest. So there's one next week. If anyone is in the Mid-Atlantic, Trenton, New Jersey area next week.
So it will be held at the event is at the Trenton Country Golf Club or whatever it is. It's on the Child USA website. But so I mean, I'm not looking to become a protest streamer, but I would, and I'm quite prepared to stand out there alone and just hold up my signs. Like I said, it's not going to be any yelling and shouting and screaming. It's going to be respectful and it will obey all the laws. I'm just expressing my First Amendment right to share, to have my own opinion.
So don't be fooled by the British accent. He is in America right now, and you've been here for many years.
So who is literally no one? Let's quickly jump back to that.
Okay.
I've got 2 passports. So I like to be considered as an international man of mystery. Yeah, baby.
You're so cool, George. So, all right. So anyone who's interested in joining you, and that is what is it the 24th next Monday?
Yes.
Monday?
Starting early in the morning. I think the golf course opens at 9, but it's going to be, from my understanding, it's staggered tea times. So the donors will be arriving via car into the gate. So we'll have to be on the roadside. I'm going to go down and scope out the location before then to find a good spot for us. So if anyone can join me, can get to Trenton, if you don't have wheels and you can only get to Trenton train station, I'll willingly come and pick you up and ferry you to and from the location. I anticipate it's going to be, a 9 to 5 job at least. And it's going to be staggered. It's not going to be crazy, exciting all day long. So yeah, and I was kidding about the chant. I'm not going to make anyone say that garbage.
I think we know that you're joking. Okay, so what is your email address for anyone to contact you?
I'll pull up the website. Sorry, the YouTube channel.
The YouTube? Okay.
And I'll show you so that people don't. If people
All right, one sec. We can do
don't have a
that.
pen and paper, I'll tell them how to find it real quick.
One sec. Do you have the email on there? I don't see it. All right, let me pull it. I can pull it up.
Does the bottle look familiar? Have you seen this before on a stream?
What?
Have you seen this before on a stream? Aaron always drinking up.
Oh, what is it? Perrier or something? Where is it?
Pellegrino.
Pellegrino, yeah.
I came prepared today.
I guess so.
I even brought
really thought through.
I brought this in case Sister Cheryl shows up.
Oh, yeah, where's Cheryl? Okay, so we have this beautiful.
So if you click more on the
more.
Yeah.
All right.
Right under the.
Oh, there it is. Okay, literally no one sp@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All righty. And I will put that in the chat. Literally no one sp@gmail.com. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went back
and that
and forth. Somebody helped me with that. I'm not going to dox them, but I couldn't come up.
That was beautiful. It's beautiful.
I couldn't get literally no one. The banner picture was an idea that I had. I wanted to show something that, like,
I think it's okay to say it was Dr. Who Heather, and if anyone,
the graphics,
anyone wants to hire her to do, look at her amazing work.
And for Kelly Copter, I just want to say, I've got some feedback. Oh, this, can we change this? Can we change that? And everything is being noted down. But I don't want to drive Doctor Who Heather crazy with, can you tweak this?
It looks great. Yep.
So I wanted to compile the list and
great.
go back to her with one hit. So that's how you reach me. If you're in the Philly, South Jersey, or Central Jersey area, and you want to help.
And if this doesn't do it, then there's at least one more event.
Yeah, I've got
one or two, right?
Yeah, I think we're at round 3. Round 2. Ding ding, round 3 next week. Ding ding, round 4, big time in November, which is a gala event in Philly. So people will be arriving on foot at the location. So they'll have to walk past.
Well, I'll go to Philly, and I want to run up the Rocky Steps.
Yeah, for sure. People have already shown some enthusiasm because Miriam posted the November event on her community page.
She's saving the day. Yeah, I talked to Nora. She said she'll run up the Rocky Steps. Hopefully we'll get we'll get literally no one. We'll get literally Serge.
I actually went up the Rocky Steps a couple of weeks ago. I walked up them.
You did?
I'm like, no one. If I ran up them, somebody would have to come and pick my ass up off the middle step. All right, we covered the protest. I just wanted to quickly go over the YouTube thing and what that's about and how that happened.
Okay.
So
there it is.
Right. So I never wanted to be on YouTube. It was the last thing on my mind. Um, One thing I want to make it clear is that I've referenced an SPTV adjacent channel.
Hmm.
And I am not branding myself SPTV. That's no shade to anyone. I'm doing that so that the troll army can't put a target on SPTV's back. If they want
Right.
to put a target on somebody's back, you put it
Right.
on my back.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, the Aftermath Foundation and the Mike Rinder stands and trolls are more vicious right now than Scientology trolls, honestly,
for
in my
sure,
opinion. In
yeah,
my opinion, yeah.
yeah,
It,
and
it's
and
bollocks. It's
I mean,
bollocks.
to drag the Jane Does, like how low can you go? I mean, that's recent memory, and that's a big issue that we all got involved. We all followed passionately. It doesn't get any lower than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so YouTube, right? So what am I going to do with that? Right now, it's an empty shell. I've been wrestling with trying to get verification approved for the community tab, which is going to be the main focus, right?
Mhm.
I did consider writing a blog, and maybe calling it Confront and Shatter, but then I thought, oh, that's already been done. That's old school. It's so
Yeah.
1990s. So I figured YouTube was a better option.
Okay.
But in all honesty, right? So that's more sarcasm, folks, for you guys sitting in the back seats. But in all honesty, I didn't want a YouTube channel. When Kelly kind of half jokingly suggested it, without any knowledge of what was about to
Right.
happen,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hell no, no way. I'm not doing it. I won't do it. You can't make me do it.
I don't think she was trying to make
No, she wasn't.
we say that to everybody. We're like,
No,
hey,
she
you should
did.
start a channel. You should start a
Oh,
channel. Everybody.
no, I'm just a bit of hyperbole there. And she wasn't pressuring me. She just suggested it.
I know.
And I'm like,
I know.
are you crazy? No, me? No, that ain't happening. I don't do that.
Well, now we're hooked. Now we love you, and we got to see more. Put a one in the chat if you want to see George again.
This is my one and
If you want to
only.
make George blush,
This is my one and
confront
only
and
YouTube
inform. Someone
account.
said Violet L. Yeah,
Anyway,
inform.
so what can I do with this YouTube channel? I'm gonna zero in. What the whole point of literally no one is that it's very niche within the SPTV
Hey,
community
selfless. Good to see you.
because everyone's fighting battles all over the place. And I'm like, it's too scattered for me to get my arms around and do something with. So let me take this little piece away
Mm-hmm.
and chew it over and see what I can do. And it was just going to be a one-man silent protest kind of situation. Anyway, so YouTube, right? It's gone it's crazy. I mean, I've got 500 and something subscribers in a matter of days because
And these are all the supporters that.
they want to see me again. Sorry, folks.
Yes, and they're supporting you in your endeavor and supporting in backing up and having the backs of the survivors. I mean, this is a piece of it. It's not protesting, Scientology as far as that goes right now, but we want to see justice happen for the victims, for the survivors. And to me, it's not okay that Mike Rinder remain on that board. It just is not okay.
Right.
So, on behalf
It,
of Miriam and all the Miriams, I think it's amazing what you're doing to stand up for them.
the way I see it, it's the fox guard in the hen house, dude. I want to call him out, and raise awareness within the Child USA and their donors as to what they've done. And that comes up very clearly, more concisely in the second letter, which is a very short one-page letter. Maybe you can post that on your community
Sure,
page.
I can do that. Remind me.
Yeah, for sure. You
It
know what?
reminded me and hey, there's an invite already. You're already invited on the Cultology twins.
Sorry, ladies. I'm flattered, but I'm not made for screen.
That's right. Oh, I think you are,
I'm
Bob.
made for the other
Hey, well,
side
you
of the
got an
screen.
invite, just saying.
No, I know. That's
And I
right.
feel very privileged
And
that you're doing you're having your debut on Coffee Cults and Crafts. I
my
appreciate that.
debut
Oh,
anyway.
all the ones keep coming. Awesome. People want to see you again, just saying. No pressure. No pressure.
So thank you all for subscribing to Literally Nothing on the Literally No One YouTube channel, because there's nothing
I
there.
know. What the hell? You got 500 and such, and you have literally nothing on literally no one. Well, that just goes to show you the support and the love that you
But I'm
already.
going to let you know. I just want to let you know what you can expect. I'm developing content right now. It's going to be, and I would like to make contact via email or with Liz Gale specifically for something that I have in mind.
Mhm.
And I just want her approval and permission to highlight some of her work.
She's
But
got another idea for you here, and I have a wolf's. Actually, I have it right here. I can send this to you.
yeah, well, like I've got all kinds of analogies popping up, right?
Wolf in
So
sheep's clothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one, right? But also, I mean, when I told you I was reflecting back on Rinder from the early days of his escape, and and all the safe pointing he did along the way, what I saw as a guy hiding in plain sight, and it hurt because I trusted him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
um, it hurt. It cut deep when I saw the LRH tech playing out in real time before my eyes to people and being directed at people that I cared about. Parasocially, of course. I mean, let's
Yeah.
not.
It reminds me of a stream that I did with Liz Gale here after this all happened. And we just cried together, and she cried like, I won't say ugly cry, you're beautiful crier, Liz, but she cried and just it was a grief. It was like guttural because we trusted this man. We looked up to him, and the survivors even more so, and it was such a disappointment.
Right.
Such
He
a
was
disappointment.
fated in our community, which, fated, for anyone that doesn't know, I'll word clear it for you. You can just
I know. I had to
substitute.
ask Duncan what it meant because
It's just say celebrated. He was,
Mhm.
looked up
He said,
to.
"Oh, that's an old-fashioned word."
Really old fashioned. I'm not, I'm showing my age.
Sorry.
Um, I'm always showing my age, and sometimes I show my ass too. But no, I mean,
That's okay. It's a family show.
yeah. YouTube. So what's coming? It's going to be community posts with links to relevant um, YouTube content, and then it's going to be video shorts that I'm going to use an AI voice to narrate it and put together some
We
clips.
love your voice.
Holy crap! No,
You got
it
this
doesn't
little voice.
work for me.
I love your English accent, your
No,
British accent. Like, this is poppycock.
you know what my hang up is, Marilyn. We'll talk. Maybe we'll touch on that if you want, but
No, that
that
every
that's what you
good.
can expect. Excuse me, I need a Zini Marlene.
Oh, yes. What do you got? I've got burning biscuits today.
Oh my,
Oh my goodness, it's motherfucking tea time. Is that what that says?
yeah, damn straight,
All right,
girl.
everybody. Senior Marley. Oh wait, gotta put the thing up. Mofo tea time. Cheers. Don't burn my
Cheers.
biscuits.
as somebody within the mod group likes to call me, I'm a mother faker because they're too polite to call me, or as Mischief Manage calls me, and if we can show that quick picture.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Mischief Manage, I was having a chat with her online. And she said, that picture that is in your profile, who is that? And I said, oh, George, that's the guy you're talking to in chat. This old guy here, you're not talking to him, you're talking to this little mischief maker. So I'm mischief maker, she's mischief managed. This
Yep,
is
good
from,
pair. Look how cute. Yeah, you do look like a little hellion.
yeah, a little cheeky grin or whatever.
I love it.
So yeah, the Harry Potter thing, right? The glasses. And I've literally got a scar on my face, which you know all about. But I don't have a magic wand, but I've got this. And I'm hoping that this does
All the props
magic.
today.
This, you wave, Marilyn waves a spatula and magic happens. So I'm not a wizard. I'm just a mischief maker.
I've been known to drop them once in a while.
Oh no, not your spatula. Don't drop your effing spatula. So
Well, I thought of a little parody like, "Don't drop that spatula. Don't drop that spatula. Don't drop the spatula. Don't drop the spatula. Don't drop the spatula. Hey, you know that song? Don't drop that dun, 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 or something like that. My kids used to sing it.
Right.
I know it's so 2015 something like that.
So how long are we into this?
All right, so we are 56 minutes in, so we should probably wind down a little bit, but I wanted to
get
them started.
I got a couple of things I wanted to quick go over and
okay, well, I got to pee, so
all right.
I'm gonna give you the mic for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
How's that?
So,
all right.
I'll keep it going. So what comes next with the YouTube thing, right? Let's just, for argument's sake, Rinder does, we do manage to dislodge him and strip him of his cloak of respectability, or as Miriam probably would say, as invisibility cloak. What comes after that? Well, a lot comes after that. There's a lot of issues around the children of Scientology. And if I can be a lone voice in the wilderness, screaming out and in support of them, I'm quite prepared to do that. But, okay, this is where I just wanted to go over, and I'll tell you the little funny thing about this. I said to Marilyn, when we were doing the test call yesterday, I wanted to call out some people. She's like, oh, you do? Really? Okay. If that's what you want to do, who do you want to call out? And I ran through a list of names. And she said, George, I don't think you mean call out. You mean to shout out. I was like, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So here are my shout outs. Susie O, I've already given you a shout out. Love you, lady. Natalie, my heart is with you. It broke me when I heard the news, because I've been on that road that you've just joined. And I just wanted to pay a quick tribute. So I've got an angel literally on my shoulder throughout this whole stream. This is my Susan, and she died in December 30th, 2022. Yeah. It's been like 18 months now, and the grief doesn't get any easier. And to that point, I wanted to bring it back to Marilyn, because last year I went through the darkest days of my life, and Marilyn was there every day, and listening to Marilyn kept me going, lifted me up and kept me going. And then when I heard the story of the birth of her son, Carter, there was a profound connection there. and we met in real time, in face to face. And I love the bones of you. And I know you didn't know what that meant when I said it in chat. It means, it's a British expression. It means I love you to your core. You mean the world to me. Kelly, hello. It's good to see you here. Thank you. And I don't want to put a target on your back about the whole YouTube thing. Anyway, Natalie,
Your
my
wife's
heart
beautiful.
is
She's
with
so
you.
beautiful.
Yes,
Susan. She
she's
is an
literally,
angel.
well, hang on, she's on my right shoulder, but
And she sent you to us, and hopefully she sent us to you, you know?
yeah. I mean, you were my safe space, Marilyn, and you didn't even know, how dependent I was on you during those dark days. It, it helped me get through each day. Anyway, enough of that. Enough.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm running out of Kleenex.
Enough of the pity party, the George pity party. Sorry to take you there, but I felt it was important to express my love for Natalie and everything that she's done, and my Tony, and now you've met my Susan. So moving on, here are my shout outs. Miriam, thank you for your courage in sharing your trauma. It was profound, and it cut us all to pieces, but we're better people for it. Rabbit, for being there for Miriam and raising her voice and giving her a platform beyond SPTV. Rabbit, love you, lady. Liz, Gail. Can we talk about Liz, Gail?
We can talk about Liz, Gail all day long.
The list was such a moment in SPTV history.
You're killing me, George. You're killing me.
Sorry, Marilyn. Liz Ferris, love you, lady, for being so vulnerable and sharing your emotions with us and letting us into your private, innermost thoughts. Mike Brown, this is where I might start crying. Mike Brown, dude, Rosemary's story broke me. I tear up just thinking about her and hearing her voice in my head and seeing her face, that beautiful, lovely lady that you shared with us, and the love that you hold for her. I can't keep going on that. I've got to move on because
We
I'm
know.
just going to lose it. Kelly Copter, girl, your amazing talent has elevated all of us. I love you too, lady. Not in an old man creepy way. I hope you know that. You're just such an inspiration.
You're so silly, George.
I'm struggling to read now. Nora.
George, you're a rock star of kindness.
Nora, thank you for letting us hang out in the gay garage, or as I like to say, the gay rage.
The gay rage.
This whole thing is bonkerdoodles. And I love you, Nora. You're the goat for me.
Smash the like and hit subscribe, eh?
Serge, thank you. Hang on, I'm trying to read and I can't because my eyes are leaking.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the Academy Awards or something.
Oh, this is definitely. Thank you for letting me have my Sally Fields moment. Nora,
you're not going to get away with going away now. I'm just telling you.
What?
You just got a whole bunch of invites. Susie O's channel, Cultology Twins, they keep coming. The invites. So this is your debut.
The only celebrity on this screen is I'm looking at her. Marilyn is my keeping up with the honey.
There's a celebrity.
Serge, thank you for making us dig deeper and see clearer and drill down into the issue and the nightmare of children in Scientology. Hey, Aaron, I've already covered this, but I'm going to say it again. Listen up, Linda. Listen, Linda. Talking to you, AA Ron. You're not the Messiah. You're just a very naughty boy. I like naughty boys. You've seen the naughty boy that sits in the chat every day on screen.
Oh, George.
But thank you, Aaron, for the magic that you've created over the last 6 months, but much longer than that. But it's gone into the stratosphere in the last 6 months. And hate to say it, but I'm so glad that you were removed from the Aftermath Foundation.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't be
I think
here.
a lot of captives were set free. People just started, to be able to express themselves, ask questions, and
for sure.
And find their voice. Find their voice. So I could live off of these George shout outs. I know. Isn't he adorable? We need more George.
The last one, I'm sorry for sticking you at the end, but the last shout out that I have is for Jenkula, for your refined and fierce determination. The book, I read the book when I don't know, God knows, long time ago. It moved me. Thank you, Jenna. Don't mention
Jenna Miscavige. No one puts Jenna in the corner.
You want to say, bite me, Stephanie? Beware. Jenkula's going to take you at your word, and she'll be coming for you. She's got form. She bites, literally. Lastly, the biggest shout out of all, Stephanie, honey, hey, thank you for being my rocket fuel and for being the why of literally no one. Without you, I wouldn't be sitting here today. You pulled this in, baby. You showed us your ass, and I just want to give it back to you on a plate, if you don't mind. That's all I got to say. That was a lot.
Yes, that was a lot. Well,
that's what I got to say about that.
People are used to me a lot. I'm a lot too. So, well, I just want to go through some start here. I got lots of new members. Oh my God, you ready for the seal claps? You ready? We've got Caroline in Canada. Yay! Thank you so much, Caroline. All right, you got it. Cat_K. Thank you so much. I got a new cup. Ladybird. I'm just going to have you come on and do seal claps with me every day. Alva, welcome. Yay. Marie. Thank you, everybody, all the new members. Love you so much. And Liz Gale, thank you for the letter, George.
Thank you, Liz.
And a lot of great comments about the letter. Most thought out and well-worded letter on the subject. Yeah. And Traveltology. I love all the tologies. They're great. Huge applause to you for writing that letter and taking my hat off to you, sir. Yes. And this is the beginning. And I have all the confidence and faith that, justice will prevail. So.
Yeah, I'm a dog with a bone. I don't have fleas, I don't think, but definitely got a bone.
Yeah, I'm a dog with a bone with these charity, causes. It's like, yeah, you mess with a public charity, you're gonna have to talk to me. Susie O for First Coffee. I have an even bigger George crush today.
Knock it off with the 2D flow.
Yeah, George is the heartthrob of Coffee Culture Crafts. Hi, Pam, for that. I love your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And we've got Blakey, Balake. George's letter and channel has already proven to be so instrumental, and it was a privilege to see it all play out to this point. Absolutely. And I thank you for that.
Thanks, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Or Balake, as I like to call you.
Yeah, we got Lady Jane out. She's great. Comment for George. I wanted you to know that my new favorite thing to say is bye, Stephanie. But I say it like I'm saying bye, Felicia. So glad you're here. I love it. Yeah. Oh, we got so many comments. Oh, Liz Gale said, what? They thought you were me?
For sure.
And Liz Ferris said,
I'm not
you
worthy.
can be my twin.
Like,
You can be my
mind
yeah, I
blown.
can see it. And maybe wear a wig. There you go, George.
Uh-oh. What, to pretend to be Liz Gale? A Liz Gale parody?
And we're talking about your opinions, your onions. Personally, Poet likes his sauteed. And oh, Pip Pip Cheerio. Haven't had Cheerios in years.
Yeah.
That's great. West Coast Fancy. Oh, you got another fan.
Ooh.
George, you're adorable. Yep, George is adorable. Oh, there's your second invite. I'd love to have George on my channel.
Let's give me a few weeks to get used to this. Maybe. I love you, Susie, and I don't want to disappoint. But
can't disappoint Susie. No.
Oh no.
Anna from Canada. I wanted to read this because it's so true. So upsetting that not even one survivor got to sue before the window closed.
Exactly.
That's poppycock. That's bullocks, and it needs to be called out. Yeah, that's not. There's no excuse for that.
I called that out in the letter, but yeah,
yep.
that kind of said a lot to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'd like to see a sign that says, look back window close, or I don't know, something about the look back window, because that's bullshit. So we've got Aga. Season. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you anyways, new member. Thank you so much. Welcome. And we got Katie. George is my homie. That's right.
Oh, Katie. I love you, lady. Katie's a personal friend of mine from Ireland.
Really?
So yeah.
You really are her homie.
I am. And we grew up, we connected maybe 10 years ago now, or but not quite. But we found out that we both grew up in the same neighborhood in London. Mm-hmm. So there was a connection there. But Katie is a phenomenal person in my real life.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you think we got? Yeah, we're past an hour. Wow, this hour and 12 minutes flew by.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Marilyn, for making me feel so comfortable.
Well, thank you for being here. You did fantastic.
I was dragging this morning. But
what's that?
I don't mean that in a RuPaul way. I was literally dragging because I was up half the night. I ain't
my fault. Names. I know my biscuits were burning, guys. I was like, what, 1 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, I'm going live.
I ain't doxing no one.
Oh, you're not gonna call me out. You're not gonna call me out or shout me out.
I've shouted you out. I'm not gonna back it up with calling you out. I want to call people out. Now it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to Literally Know What, I will put that in the chat again. I think I have that ready to go. Yep, here's the link to Literally Know One, your channel, and also the email address was literally knowonesp@gmail.com.
And you can find it on the channel if you can't remember it.
Right, it's on the description. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, perfect. And if anyone is interested in hanging out with George and going to the protests that he's organizing, let him know. So it's around next Monday was the 24th, so it's 10 days from now.
Yeah,
we'll be
and it's going to be very low key. If anyone's nervous about protesting and getting into trouble or whatever. It's going to be super low key.
Got right.
Like to the point of snoozing, I think.
It just be there, hold a sign or not, or just hanging out.
I'm going to have a couple of signs, and I'm hoping some people will show up and help to carry them. You can reach me at literallyno1sp@gmail.com
All right.
if you want to make the connection and get more info.
Sounds good.
All
right. Well, thank you so much, George. This has been a blast. And even though it's a very serious topic and there's a lot of work to be done, we're going to roll up our sleeves. I'll help as much as I can. And everyone's here for you. And thank you so much for being here for the survivors, the second gens, and the children.
Absolutely. I mean, and you've done so much already, Marilyn, on a personal level and on an SPTV level, I can't.
Well, we're all here for each other, and hopefully this is the beginning of your time on YouTube, because I love talking to you, and I know that there's a lot of people that want to see you more often. So we'll see. I'll work on you. All right, everybody, have a great day, and thank you so much.
Bye, folks.
Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.